The following program is an OCAmedia community-produced episode of Oregon Life, and we would like to thank our sponsors, Torhorse Insurance and the Oregon Brooklyn Optimist Club. We are proud to have you as our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Kevin Kiley. I'm an artist exhibiting at the Firefly Coffee House here in Oregon, Wisconsin. I'm also exhibiting in several galleries and places in Madison, but we're going to do a little tour of my show here at the Firefly. It's a beautiful spring morning, so let's go on in and take a look. This is on an orange wall, so I chose a few pieces that have a warmer tone. This one's called Seeking Visions, and it's mixed media. I started with oil. I used pencil of different variety, and then acrylic ink. And sometimes I do experimenting with kind of intuitively combining materials to get effects. So this kind of color, the layers, that can only be achieved by and the glow, the kind of amber after twilight kind of glow.
This is producer Frank Caruso. Kevin, how do you get this to look like the sun is almost rising there? How do you achieve that?
I think it's a layering. For me, I can't achieve those colors with just picking up a tube of paint and it's also doing almost like an old master's technique of transparent layers.
How long
oftentimes kind of the yellow tones underneath.
How long did this one take?
Well, this was a long. This one I worked on not consecutively, but over the course of a long period of time. So this one is salvaged, or as I say, reclaimed plywood, which means I found the piece of plywood, and I knew right when I saw it that I wanted to do art with it. I was at a job site, and it was kind of abandoned, sitting outside. So I try to let some of that wood grain and the knots become part of the art. And by using acrylic ink like a stain, so that I thin it out a little bit with water and let it soak into the wood.
Was it a longer process because the wood being older, and did it absorb more paint than you wanted to create those, especially those sharp lines in the building there?
The prep to get it ready for the ink, I to some extent did some prep on the wood as far as sanding, but the actual painting is one of those where it just kind of came together pretty quickly.
Kevin, question. Artists see things that typically normal people don't see. So that piece of wood was there. 1,000 people could have walked by it and saw nothing. You saw something. When you saw it, did you know what you were going to paint at that moment, or it just came to you when you started?
No, I knew that I wanted to use the wood grain. So some of the striations in the clouds, for example, interested me, and possibly the patterns of the rippling of the cracks that I thought would lend themselves to perspective.
Which the lines are vertical. So are these like arborvitaes up here? These
Arborvitae trees. Yeah.
So did you pick them because of the lines, or you just?
I found this image to be haunting. I found that the repetition of the trees descending back into that space, but then they're silhouetted almost in a spooky way. To me, the factory being empty, symbolic in a way. I think there's beauty within the sunset and the color there, but
and the trees as
right.
they step down, they're still alive, but the building, the factory, or whatever was in there is gone now.
Yeah.
But this lives
exactly.
now.
Right. It's sort of a memoriam
to what once was.
Yeah, or looking back on a place that used to be thriving, and people working there, and then now it's completely empty. But there is still beauty.